Hi, I am the Cursing Seamstress and I'm here to do a video today of how you can make the most of your money when you're buying fabric and notions. If you are a newcomer to sewing, perhaps the price of fabric and notions it doesn't mean that much to you, but if you've been sewing for quite a while, like I have, and I stopped actually back in the 90s and I picked back up again, I was really surprised to see how the cost of things had gone up, especially fabric. Even at your cheaper stores like Walmart, it's pretty expensive. But you can really see it, at least I did, when I compared my old stash to some of the new things that I had purchased, and I could see the prices 15 years ago compared to the same item today. So it was quite a surprise. I like to shop at flea markets and thrift stores, that sort of thing, and I was pleasantly surprised recently when I went to a flea market and didn't see any sewing supplies, and asked the girl behind the counter, and she said, "Oh, we have some stuff in the back, I'll show you." And she did, and the things that she showed me, this was several months ago, were absolutely wonderful. They apparently had bought out the contents of a storage unit, and there were about 4 very large plastic bins of just full of sewing things, including fabric and notions, thread, all kinds of stuff. So 3 or 4 months ago, I bought a couple of those bins, and just have loved everything I got. The fabric, the thread, there were probably 50 spools of thread that were in these plastic containers that I've later found at Walmart. And all kinds of other stuff, bias tape. I went back to that flea market again a couple of weeks ago and asked again if they had any more sewing items, and the lady said, well, probably just the same stuff that you've seen before. And she took me in the back, and it was from the same person apparently, but there were things in there that I had not seen before. And she told me just to pick out the things that I wanted, because there were pieces of a Singer sewing machine, the embroidery hoops, and embroidery attachment that I could not use. So I just took one of the empty bins and filled it full of things that I knew that I could use. And I took it up front and made an offer of $35. And I want to show you what I got for $35. And I'll call out some of the prices, and if you just kind of keep a running total, you'll see that what I got was probably worth, oh gosh, I'd say probably 5 or 6 times what I paid. So let's start with some of the fabric that I bought. This is just a fun piece of fabric. It's very colorful. Peace signs, butterfly, picture of the world, flower, hearts, American flag. Maybe this is a yard or so. I don't have a price on this. It feels like cotton. This would be very simple to sew with. This next piece is really, I'd say, I have not straightened all of this out. This feels like it's probably 5 or 6 yards. It's very heavy. It's drapes really well. It feels like it's a polyester. It is a print. It's a sort of a lilac gray color, a light blue, aqua green, and the background is not quite white. But this would be wonderful for anything. A skirt, something for a girl, but there's a lot of it. This next piece is a peak piece. It's polyester. It is stiff feeling, a little sheer, but not totally sheer. This has a price of $3 on it. It is 1 yard. This I was happy to see in my stack. This sold for $7.48. It's white. It feels like it's cotton. It might have a little bit of polyester. It is only slightly see-through. It's mostly opaque. You can never have enough white fabric. There's always something you could do with white. This piece has a total of $3.36. It's a 1.5 yards. It's a little bit old-timey looking. It's a yellow print, floral print. It's by Spring Industries, and it's called Primrose 2 all over. This piece is flannel. It is suitable for a boy. If you have a boy, I have 2 grand boys. Very nice. It's a blue, dark blue, and a green color. Nice for a pair of pajamas or a little jacket or even a shirt. And it feels like there's probably about 3 yards here. This is also flannel. There's not a whole lot here, maybe a yard or so. This is, not sure if you can see it, but it is light green and pink small dots. I have a couple of pieces of this. This is pink dots, and this is also flannel. I have a purple piece. The total here is $14.82 for 3 yards. It's purple and light purple and just a real kind of a swirly floral design on here. I have some more pink dots. This is not flannel. This feels like cotton. It's very light pink and with the white dots on it. This is great for something very girly. Have a small piece of the flannel that I showed you before. This is very retro looking. It's a blue floral with off-white. So it has a real vintage look. I'm not sure what this would be best used for, certainly for a girl's dress trim. Actually, this would look really nice with denim. You could do a denim skirt or a denim pair of pants and use this for a ruffle hem at the bottom. This piece feels like maybe a couple of yards. It feels fairly thin and it feels like a cotton and polyester blend. Nice. Next I have a Hello Kitty, 2 pieces of a Hello Kitty print. It looks like an Easter print. There are little eggs on it and chicks on it. Again, flannel. Nice for a pair of pajamas, pair of pants for a little girl. This does not have a price tag on it. I really like this fabric. It feels like cotton. It's a very dark navy, and it's by Fabric Traditions 1990, copyright NTT Inc. So it's pretty vintage. This would look nice. You can make a pair of pants out of this for a child, or what I think it would look good as is a pillow. And to maybe put an insert in the pillow, a white insert, embroider an American flag, an eagle, something else that's real patriotic. I think that would make a great looking pillow. I'm going to set this stuff down. Just a couple more pieces of fabric. This is like an olive green ultra suede kind of fabric, and it's folded in on itself. The inside has a nap to it. It's very soft and plush. This is maybe a half yard here, and I have another piece that's probably about the same size. Don't know what this would be best used for. Certainly a pillow. a pair of pants for a boy or a girl. So have to think about that. This is a great piece of yellow sheeting. It feels just like a sheet. I don't know if it is. I've seen sheets and containers before that I've gotten from thrift stores. And actually it's quite nice to sew with. If this is a sheet, the person who had it ripped the seams open. So it's not folded like a sheet, so I can't really tell. But this is great. It feels real substantial. It is exactly the texture, thickness of a sheet. So this should be really easy to sew with. Not only did I get that fabric, which is wonderful and would have more than paid for the bin that I bought, but I got a bunch of other stuff. And I want to show you some things. I got this wooden container that apparently the lady must have been very crafty. I've taken some of this out and put it away. So I think there were 4 patterns. This pattern is a new look, which I think is simplicity. And it's still a current pattern. And it looks like it's palazzo pants with a side zipper, a pair of capris with a side zipper, and then a top with spaghetti, almost spaghetti straps, thin straps. And the sizes are 10 to 22. And if you've bought patterns lately, you know that pretty much the cheapest price you can find a pattern is $3.99. And for me, I usually buy from McCall's online. It's McCall's, Butterick, and Vogue. And my little dog is trying to get into my fabric and play with it. $3.99 on sale, and then you have to pay shipping on top of that. So I think I got 4 patterns, so 4 times 4, that's $16 right there. This pattern is also new look, and that's made by Simplicity. I don't like Simplicity patterns, but these are free, so basically, so I would certainly consider sewing them. Sizes 8 to 18, and this is both a pencil skirt and an A-line skirt on there with a zipper in the back. So not hard to sew at all. No, Georgia. The other thing I got this before from the same lot when I was at the same shop a few months ago. I've never bought zippers this way, but this is a group of zippers in pastel colors. These were originally $3.98, and it looks like the lady paid $2 for these. They're called Scrap and Zip, and it's 12 inch, 6 12-inch zippers in here. And they're made in China, unfortunately. The rest of this stuff are notions, and again, I put some of these away, but all kinds of ribbon. There's a thin piece of light blue, baby blue ribbon, some white ribbon with hearts on it, heat and bond for a hem, pack of black Velcro, elastic, and this elastic, this did not have a price on it, but it's a 1/4 inch knit elastic. More heat and bond. This is 5/8 of an inch heat and bond. I don't use a lot of heat and bond, but it's nice to have it, and especially since it's free. Round cord elastic, 5 yards of round cord elastic. Definitely use a lot of elastic. This is some Rit-Rac. It's aqua colored. I do use a lot of Rit-Rac. I find myself sewing a lot of kids things for my grandboys, and also for a little shop that I have. What I really liked and what I thought made my buy a surprisingly wonderful deal was this pack of embroidery thread. I started embroidering about 6 months ago. I bought a Pfaff Creative 3.0 machine. I had had a Pfaff before but never embroidered on it. And when I bought my old machine, back in the very early 90s, it had to be attached to a computer. You actually had to have the cord that ran from the computer to your sewing machine or embroidery machine, and I just never, I didn't have an interest in it, and so I did nothing with it. And when I pulled it out to start sewing again a few years ago, my machine sewed for maybe a month or so and stopped. So I went to a thrift store in a town about an hour away, and they made me a trade-in offer, and I took it. And I bought a Pfaff Creative 3.0. It still, with the trade-in, was over $3,000. I love it. I love embroidering on it. I love sewing on it. Embroidery thread is pretty expensive. Embroidering thread is very fine. It's very shiny. I think it costs probably about $4 for a spool like this, $4 or $5. So, and I have, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like 8 spools of thread in here. A light green, a Kelly green, 2 pinks, a yellow, a white, a black, a lilac, and a purple. So this was just a great deal. I was real happy to find those. The other thing in here that I don't know that I'll be able to make use of are stamps. Some of these stamps have prices on them. I've only seen a couple that have been used. This is a little bear. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he has not been used. He's adorable. Some of these stamps, this stamp for example, this one has been used. This was $7.99. This is a dragonfly. Lots of other stamps, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so stamps. I'll pull out another one. Some of these are really big. This one's probably 4 by 3. This is a little bunny. This would be great for Easter. Nice for kids to play with. I think I told you I had just a small collection already of stamps. And also in here are ink pads, and the ink pads have never been opened. These are brand new. These are still sealed. I don't know if they're still moist or not, but I'll find out. So she also had in here some wooden cutouts. I've never used anything like this. This would be great for your kids to sit down with them and let them play and glue these down and make a sign or something. So that's my stash. I'm very pleased with it. Like I said, I didn't show you everything. There was more rickrack, there was more ribbon, all of this for $35. So my message to you is that you don't have to buy your sewing items from a sewing store. You can also find lots of great deals at thrift stores. Auction houses too, a lot of times. If you go to auctions, if you can go online and browse through what the auction has to offer, sometimes they'll have sewing baskets or bins full of sewing stuff. And I know personally very few people who sew. So sometimes it can be a lot cheaper to buy things already made, but sewing is so rewarding. If you can get to a thrift store, an auction house, and find these items, you can really luck out. So have fun sewing. Look for some of my other videos. I'm just now learning to record and upload to YouTube. So check me out. If you feel like it, subscribe. I'd love to read your comments. Tell me what you found in thrift stores or yard sales. That's another great place I failed to mention. Let me know. All right, this is the Cursing Seamstress, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, Georgia.